Video game voiceovers, traveling to Vietnam, and working with Spielberg. Rachael Leigh Cook has been on our screens in one way or another for decades. So where is she now?
What are you gonna do? Kill me with the guitar? Who's gonna go up there and sing? You need me, remember?
Rachael Leigh Cook rose to stardom with her portrayal of Lainey Boggs in She's All That, and then she built on that momentum 2 years later with a live-action adaptation of Josie and the Pussycats. The film, based on characters from the Archie comics series and subsequent Hanna-Barbera cartoon show, revolves around the adventures of a fictional band called the Pussycats. Cook was cast as Josie McCoy, with Tara Reid and Rosario Dawson playing bandmates Melody Valentine and Valerie Brown. A clever parody of late 90s pop gloss clashing with concerns of selling out, the flick's plot centers on the group's shenanigans after being discovered by a greedy record executive. In the early 2000s, Cook had several high-profile feature films underperform at the box office, like the Sylvester Stallone vehicle Get Carter, the Fear Big Tech paranoid thriller Antitrust, and the James Van Der Beek/Ashton Kutcher/Usher western Texas Rangers. Today, Pussycats is considered something of a classic, but upon its release, it was similarly perceived as a box office dud. The film also failed to connect with critics, still resting today at a meager 53% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Like any good cult classic, the film's audience seems to have steadily caught up with the clever, music-heavy film, however, and it has since become one of Cook's signature roles. In addition to film, Cook has been building her career in television. One of her most memorable roles on the small screen may have been Clara Wheeler, a character in the 2005 Steven Spielberg-produced miniseries Into the West. Premiering on TNT, the series was set in the early 1800s and told the story of two families, one white and one indigenous American. Cook would go on to make guest appearances on Ghost Whisperer and a couple episodes of the 15th season of Criminal Minds. She would also become a recurring player on the shows Las Vegas and Psych. As a working actor with a career that has spanned multiple decades, naturally, Cook has participated in her share of television projects that did not pan out. In 2010, she signed on to play the lead role in a Fox comedy series called Nirvana. But the series, about a pair of Indian-American brothers navigating American assimilation, where Cook would have played one of their girlfriends, never made it past the pilot stage. 2 years later, Cook could be found in 39 episodes of Perception, a TNT series starring Eric McCormack as a neuropsychiatrist working with an FBI special agent played by Cook.
This is your brain. And this is heroin. This is what happens to your brain on heroin.
Expanding her career beyond film and television, Cook began booking voice work in 2000. She played Chelsea Cunningham in 2 episodes of Batman Beyond, taking over the role from voice actor Yvette Lowenthal. After reprising that role in the film Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, Cook became the voice of Final Fantasy character Tifa Lockhart. She voiced the bartender and rebel in various projects, including the animated film Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, and the video games Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII, Kingdom Hearts 2, and Dissidia Final Fantasy NT. Cook began building a nice side career in video games, portraying Jaisa Wilsum, a Jedi Padawan who falls to the dark side and serves the Sith, in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Through her longtime association with Seth Green's Adult Swim series Robot Chicken, she has not only provided many voices, but also many Star Wars voices, including Luke Skywalker's ill-fated Aunt Beru. In 2016, Cook starred in her first of several original films for the Hallmark Channel. Her Hallmark debut was in Summer Love, as a widowed mother returning to school in her mid-30s to accept an internship at a company where the CEO begins to fall for her. That same year, she starred in another film for Hallmark titled Autumn in the Vineyard. Based on the St. Helena Vineyard book series by Marina Adair, Vineyard tells the story of 2 winemakers with a past relationship, vying for control of the wine business in the town of St. Madeleine, California. The romantic film spawned 2 sequels, Summer in the Vineyard and Valentine in the Vineyard. Cook would go on to star in several Christmas-themed films for Hallmark, including A Blue Ridge Mountain Christmas, Cross Country Christmas, and 'Tis the Season to Be Merry. In 2018, she starred in the film Frozen in Love, which she also co-wrote and served as a producer. The film follows a hockey player and a bookstore owner, both struggling with their public image, working together to help repair each other's careers. Prior to She's All That, Cook broke through with a high-profile 1997 anti-heroin PSA for the Partnership for a Drug-Free America. An update of the 1987 Frying Pan PSA, Cook's quasi-sequel had the pre-stardom actor similarly holding up an egg and explaining that it represents the viewer's brain. Rather than simply fry the egg, however, Cook's version got appropriately angsty for a mid-90s teen-targeted viewership. Smashing the egg with a frying pan, wrecking the kitchen, shattering plates, wine glasses, and more, the PSA made an attention-grabbing, effective point about how drugs destroy lives. Due to the lasting impact of the ad, Cook has revisited the PSA multiple times. On Robot Chicken, she voiced a comedic parody, smashing even more objects with a frying pan, including her own head. She made a more somber reprisal in 2017, working with the Drug Policy Alliance to critique the intent of her 90s ad. Beginning the PSA in similar fashion, this time the white egg gets switched out for a brown egg, and a subsequent largely animated commentary on how the so-called war on drugs unfairly targets people of color. In the realm of public service, Cook might be best known for her campaigns surrounding the Frying Pan PSA, but she has done plenty of other public service work as well. Under President Barack Obama, Cook was selected as an arts education advocate as part of his Champions of Change arts education program. The program was built to foster creativity and a love of the arts and humanities in children, and included an alliance made up of actors, teachers, principals, organizations, and more. In 2012, Cook continued her public service work by launching a scholarship grant program. The program, open to students from ages 14 to 19, helps pay for school-related needs such as classes, mentorship programs, and other services that help students launch a successful career. While Cook will likely always be known for her acting career first and foremost, she has done far more than just entertain audiences. 2021 was a landmark year in Rachael Leigh Cook's career. After 22 years, she made a return to the franchise that helped launch her career, this time in a gender-swapped remake titled He's All That. Like She's All That, the reboot offered a retelling of Pygmalion, the classic George Bernard Shaw play. Released via Netflix, He's All That cast social media personality Addison Rae as Paget Sawyer, a TikTok influencer and popular girl, filling the role of Freddie Prinze Jr.'s Zach Seiler from She's All That. After losing her boyfriend in popularity during a livestream, she makes a bet that she can take an unpopular boy and make him prom king. Enter actor Tanner Buchanan playing the Cook role of Ugly Duckling. Although He's All That is not a direct sequel to the original film, two of the She's All That stars return to make appearances in the reboot. Playing a new character, Cook is Anna Sawyer, the mother of Paget. Unlike Zach and his father from the original, Paget and her mother have a very close relationship, though on social media and at school, Paget lies about her family's socioeconomic status in order to seem richer. Anna is a nurse who works long hours and still struggles to pay the bills, with Paget helping out with the money she earns from her career as a social media influencer. Matthew Lillard, who played Brock Hudson in the original film, also returned, this time playing a principal.
Do you remember the carpet for the first movie?
Do we have one? I don't know if we had one.
90% sure we did. I thought it was pretty great.
Over the years, Cook has also made it a point to establish herself as a producer. In fact, she even started her own small production company in 1995 called Ben's Sister Productions. The name of the production company is in reference to her younger brother Ben Cook, producer of the 2021 to 2022 animated series Blade Runner Black Lotus and the upcoming Amazon series Blade Runner 2099. To date, her company has only produced 2 films, 2001's Tangled and 29 Palms. Cook continues to produce projects for herself. She has served as producer on the majority of the movies she starred in on the Hallmark Channel, as well as the Netflix original romantic comedy Love Guaranteed, which cast Cook alongside Damon Wayans Jr. The film tells the story of a lawyer who takes on a case from a client looking to sue a dating website. In total, Cook has produced 11 features, with 3 more currently in production. The latest producing/starring effort for Rachael Leigh Cook is A Tourist's Guide to Love, which premiered on Netflix in April 2023. The story is based on an idea that Cook came up with, though she didn't write the script. The film stars Cook as a professional in the tourism industry who goes undercover as a tourist in Vietnam in order to learn about the tourism industry there. She meets a local tour guide with whom she eventually falls in love. The events of the movie primarily take place in Vietnam, and it was filmed in various cities around the country. Vietnam is just as much of a star as Cook is in A Tourist's Guide to Love. The film's writer, Erin Tran Donahue, felt it was important to have more American films set in Vietnam that did not revolve around the Vietnam War or the traumas left over by the war. Both Cook and her co-star, Scott Lee, said that they fell in love with Vietnam while filming there, and that the culture and food drew them in.